Good morning, Alex. I'm Tim Fetzko. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, good morning, Tim. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
I know you met with a colleague of mine in the past, so I'd like to start by saying thank you for your time.
Well, I must admit, I'm still a bit skeptical. However, I've known Mary for quite a while. As you know, she's very intelligent and a great business person. I often look for her for advice, so after we had spoken, I felt it was worth one more meeting to see if your product is a value for my business.
Mary said you've been family friends for a long time now, and you often run marathons together.
Oh, yes. It's probably been 30 years that we've known each other. Actually, my husband had gotten me into running, and eventually I was able to get Mary into it as well.
She had mentioned that as well. I'm actually new to the area. I've been getting in better shape lately and asked Mary about some runs coming up, and she said that you'll both be running in the Peachtree Road Race.
Absolutely. We've been practicing for probably 6 years now. Um, Now, as you would be expecting the owner of a fitness establishment to say, but you should join, and not only for the health aspects, but it's a big event and it's a good way to experience the area and meet new people.
I would need to do some extra training. I believe it's a 10K, correct?
Yes, it is. Honestly, it's not as long as it seems.
Okay, well, I'll make you a deal. I'll run, but only if I can run alongside you and Mary. That way you can both carry me towards the end.
That sounds like a deal, Tim.
Well, in all seriousness, Alex, what I'd like to do today is discuss a possible solution to your payroll administration. I'd like to learn a bit more about your business, which will help me to understand where my services could be beneficial to you and your company. If you agree, then we can discuss a little further as to how ADP services can enhance your business process.
That sounds fair to me. What would you like to know first?
Well, first of all, how many employees do you have?
Well, we currently have two managers and 10 employees.
Okay. Do you have plans for growth, or do you prefer to stay the same size as you are currently?
We definitely have plans for growth. Our goal is to grow the company to multiple locations and be able to franchise in the future.
And Mary's told me that you've started many companies in the past. Have you implemented the same payroll process for each?
Not at first, but that was years ago. In recent years, we've been using QuickBooks.
Okay. So if you could improve any area of QuickBooks, what would it be?
That's a great question. As our business grows, it becomes a bit more complicated to use the program. Um, I don't feel it's necessarily meant for medium-sized businesses, but I mean, we make it work.
Yeah, I suppose you would consider ease of use as the company grows. Would you agree?
Yes, precisely.
Okay. What other areas, if any, would you improve?
Nothing really. It computes pay properly, so when it comes to writing checks, it's quite simple. And that's honestly all we need it for.
Okay, so you take your printout of employee pay and you begin writing and stuffing the checks to get them ready for delivery, correct?
That's correct.
How much time does this manual process take?
Obviously, it takes a little longer as the company grows. It's hard to say, however, it depends on how many mistakes are made, and of course, as a business owner, how many times I'm interrupted.
I understand. When you say how many mistakes are made, are you referring to incorrect check amounts?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so if I were to summarize by saying lack of automation and time consumption, would that be fair?
You know, I've never thought about it like that, but yes, that actually is a great way to put it.
Okay, so we've uncovered that your current process's ease of use declines as the company grows. There's a lack of automation and it can be very time consuming. I'd like to discuss these a bit further and then we can discuss if these are impeding your company's ability to prosper. So we've uncovered what I like to call a wish list of your current payroll process. Have you looked to replace this system before to one that better suits your needs?
We have not. We've successfully made ours work for our needs in the past. It's not until recently that we thought maybe there could be a better option out there for us.
Okay, fair enough. So let's suppose we find that ADP is able to suit your needs and meets your expectations. If this were to happen, would I be incorrect in saying that you and you alone would make the decision on whether or not to implement ADP?
Yes, that is correct. My husband is involved in the company. He handles more of the day-to-day operations. Numbers are just not his favorite thing to deal with.
Okay, great. So we've talked about how QuickBooks becomes more complicated as the company grows. Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. We have our employee database inside the program with hourly pay. I'll manually type in their hours, and we will use the sheet to write the checks. Um, as you could imagine, as the business grows, this process becomes a little more time-consuming.
I can certainly see how that'd be problematic. So does this time consumption impede any other areas of the business?
Of course, any business requires a lot of time and effort, so there's always something else to do.
Well, time can be one of our most important assets. How much longer do you think it would take your company to grow, given the time consumption of payroll?
Wow, I've never thought about it like that. I'm not too sure, but I could confidently say that it would take longer.
Okay, so tell me, Alex, if you could spend only a matter of minutes on payroll each pay period, and you could use that extra time for your planned growth, would that be beneficial?
Absolutely, every minute helps.
I agree. After all, we cannot create more time, we can only utilize it more efficiently. Alex, we've discovered that your current process lacks automation as well. What does it lack that you are looking for in particular?
Well, after I punch the times in, I still need to do the altering process outside of QuickBooks to write the checks. Essentially, I have two different processes for one task, which increases the probability of the mistakes being made.
I see. Do these mistakes with the check writing process cost you any money?
Oh, absolutely. Everything costs money, whether it's stamp checks and envelopes, um, and that and that is assuming I catch the mistakes prior to cashing it. Often we find out on the back end.
So how much money do you think you'd be able to save if these issues were to be resolved?
Over the years, I say it would be a amount to a substantial amount.
I would agree. So we've uncovered and discussed two main problem areas with your current payroll process. Those two are time consumption and lack of automation that ultimately ends in a loss of money from the complications. I have a solution that can rid these issues from your company that I'd like to dig a little deeper so I can show you how these solutions would benefit your business.
Please do.
So first we've discussed the overwhelming amount of time the payroll process takes, especially as the business grows, which is a major goal of yours. ADP can offer you the ability to focus on areas of the business that will help you grow by handling all aspects of your payroll. This includes calculation, check signing, and stuffing to the delivery itself. This will effectively free up a great deal of time for you. So do you agree that this benefit would alleviate your current payroll process concerns?
I do. This effectively takes the process out of my hands. Then this would free up countless hours.
Great. The second item was the amount of money you stand to lose due to incorrect checks because of the manual nature of the process. ADP can provide you with a simple clocking feature for each employee that tracks hours worked. The process will only need your approval, which can be done from any smartphone or computer. This means that your employee's pay will be calculated correctly each time, and you will not have the need to handwrite checks or cancel them. This process will help to shield you from unnecessary losses in the future. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Honestly, sometimes when I start the payroll, it's after an exhausting day, and I'm prone to make mistakes. This solution seems to be error-free.
I couldn't have said that better myself. To summarize, we've discovered that ADP will certainly benefit your company by allowing you to have more much-needed time, prevent loss due to checking errors, and provide you with peace of mind in doing so.
You're right, but we have not discussed prices at all. I'm nervous to see what a program like this even costs.
I'm actually happy to hear you say that, Alex. There's some fixed cost as well as some variable cost depending on your company size. I'll break these down for your current size, and I'm confident that you will see the exceptional value that is offered.
Okay, but as you know, our sites are set on growth. Could you give me a pricing scenario if we were to have multiple locations, let's say 8 locations, each with 12 employees?
I'd be happy to. In respects to your current size, there is a one-time $150 for implementation of payroll processing, as well as a $38.95 per process period. The time clock feature has a one-time $200 implementation fee and is only $125 per clock per month for up to 100 employees.
Um, and you said one-time fee a couple of times there. What happens when we open new stores?
Those fees are one time per company, so you would not incur any additional charges. Furthermore, the TLM feature is a set price. The only part that is subject to change as you grow would be the price per payroll process, which is $78.95 for 51 employees or more.
Okay, great. Thank you for addressing that. It's good to know what to expect down the road, and the minimal increase is reasonable.
I agree, and I'm happy you feel the same. So we've discussed all of the areas in which ADP can benefit your company. Moreover, we've discussed the value in which it brings pertaining to each area. Now that we've discussed these, do you have any further questions for me?
I do have a few concerns. Issues arise from time to time. It's simply the nature of technology. Um, Being that this is concerning for my employees' pay, what do I do if I am seeing time issues with checks being delivered or software is malfunctioning?
I do understand. And so your concern is that your employees stand a chance to encounter issues because of the possible issues that could arise with the delivery themselves or with the program.
Yes, that is correct. I take my employees' pay very seriously, and I do not feel they deserve to be impacted negatively by the decision I've made.
Well, I can certainly see where this is concerning to you. With ADP, you can rest assured that if you should have any problems arise, someone is there to help support you through them. And we offer a 24/7 live support team that you can contact at any time. Furthermore, there's a wealth of helpful options online that you can access with your login. We also have an FAQ section as well as a small business client support center. All of these areas are meant to help alleviate any issues you have quickly and efficiently.
That's good to know. It's comforting to know that there are multiple options should I need them.
I would like to add that ADP has been in business for nearly 70 years and services 600,000 customers of all shapes and sizes. We have the best employees, technology, and processes to provide you with the peace of mind that we do not take your business lightly and will continue to support we will continue to offer you support day or night. Does this cover your concerns, and can you agree that support will not be an issue for you?
Yes, I can. I had no idea ADP had that kind of reach.
Well, I can say that did not happen overnight, and it certainly did not happen by having dissatisfied customers. Do you have any other concerns aside from support?
Well, there is a matter of security. There's a lot of personal information that will be out of my hands, um, as well as my employees' information. I feel this process opens us up for information leaks.
This is actually one of the most common issues I hear, and ironically, it's one of the most fail-safe aspects of our company. Being that our business solely revolves around the handling of data that is highly vital to each company, we spend a great deal of effort and resources to ensure your information is and will remain secure. And we have highly encrypted servers that utilize the very best data security available.
The way the world it works today, it seems it's very easy to steal information. Um, I guess it feels even riskier because it's out of my fingertips, but it seems like ADP has covered security pretty well.
Absolutely. In fact, we've taken it so seriously that we haven't had a breach in over 2 decades. Would you agree that you could rest assured knowing that your company records are safe with ADP?
Wow, 2 decades. That's pretty impressive. That does make me feel a lot better about it.
Well, Alex, we've discussed a number of important issues regarding your payroll, uh, and they're proving to impede your business both immediately and for future growth. We've covered each topic and its solution that ADP is able to provide. You've had concerns along the way in which we've covered and have both agreed to no longer be problematic. You've agreed that ADP is the perfect fit for your business. So, are you ready to start saving time, money, and begin to start growing your business today?
Tim, honestly, this sounds like a great product. I'm just not sure how now is the time to make this decision.
I understand that it seems like a hard choice, but Alex, I'd like to remind you that each time you process payroll manually, you are losing money, which also impedes your process for growth, which is your ultimate goal. If you start with ADP today, you'll be able to start focusing on growth immediately as well as start saving money while doing so.
Well, you are right. We like to grow this business beyond our previous ventures, and I understand that it will take doing some aspects differently, and ADP sounds like the perfect place to start.
Wonderful. Let's start the paperwork.